Hello, Libra. Welcome to your monthly reading for December 2025. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. Libra, if you are new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview. You like that? And then I'm going to do your full Celtic cross spread. Then I'm going to break it down week by week. We're going to pull more cards than the other spread. Now, here's the thing. We're here, December, okay? The last month of 2025. Congratulations, you made it, but also farewell, bon voyage, because you're about to start your brand new journey. In fact, you're still moving toward your brand new journey. This isn't the end. December's just a month. It's just a word, right? We know time is fluid, and everything from this point forward, everything leads to the big Saturn-Neptune conjunction, February 2026. That's not just a new synodic cycle. Nope. It's happening at 0 degrees. Aries. The beginning of the beginning. That's going to be huge for you. It's never been experienced in, modern human history. Nobody's ever experienced this. Okay? That's the Great Reset, not New Year's. Okay? That's the Great Reset. I've been saying month after month, out with the old, in with the new, ever since the Prism portal locked in. And if you don't know what that is, I'll leave that video at the end of this video, what you can expect for the next 2 years, the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, okay? You're fully migrating into this new you. So I want you to think about the summer. Think about, you got a glimpse of what your life is going to be like starting February 2026 and beyond. You've seen your life changing in really big ways. And again, between now and then, everything is going to change. Everything. You're already seeing it, in your life. Everything. Now, here's the thing. This is the month you're just adapting to this brand new world you're moving into, this brand new era, all right? So keep that in mind. You spent some time, Libra, I see what's going on. You've spent some time processing a lot of things, reassessing things, okay? And it's not just from the summer. You had eclipses in September. We had the rare aspects in your birthday season in October. You went through the hot mess of November. And comparatively December, compared to those months, it's quiet. It's quiet, but no, it's a big old month. You have no idea. We're going to walk through it. But here's the thing. You're definitely going to be more social than normal. Oh, my goodness. You got all this Sagittarius energy in the beginning of the month. So very adventurous. You're on a quest to expand your horizons. You got Mars, Venus, the Sun. You got a stellium, right? And Sagittarius. You want new things, okay? And you're being very open-minded to it. And again, it's your third house. Sagittarius rules your third house. You are communicating. You are networking. AF. Your inbox is probably full. You got to delete some things, right? Your DMs, all of it. Here's the thing. Sure, Sagittarius energy, is Jupiter ruled. It's a happy-go-lucky. That's great. But you're still going to be very, very business in the front and the back, because this month is owned and operated and manufactured and licensed and trademarked by Saturn, who officially went direct in Pisces on November 27th. You've been feeling it, the planet of hard work and discipline and life lessons, karma. He's going to make December feel real, okay? Especially when it comes to work and everyday activities for you. This is your 6th house. Bear that in mind. Okay, you're about to get really busy. I told you this last week. I told you this for a time. This is it. And the reason why December's going to Saturn's going to, well, there's 3 reasons. 1, he's been giving you handouts. He's been part of those grand water trines that we've been having. A lot of them. You saw his good side. He was supporting you. He watched Pitch Perfect 1 and 2 with you. Nobody else would. He taught you how to play Collective Soul on guitar. But his vacation's over. He's back to work. He's clocked in, okay, as the authority. He's got his aviators on. The ones with the mirrors, all right? Now, he's not messing around. No. You're going to be working hard, all right? 2, We're entering Capricorn season, an energy that you're probably really familiar with. Capricorn, right? Fellow cardinal sign like you probably have memories of when Pluto was in Capricorn. But anyway, Capricorn energy is very sobering. Yeah, it's all about structure and ambition. Your ambition. You're rolling up your sleeves because Saturn is Capricorn's ruler. So you're not only feeling this forward momentum, but it's got to be with jet fuel because Mars, the God warrior, is moving into Capricorn, where he's exalted, meaning he does his best in Capricorn out of all the signs. Same thing as Jupiter exalted in Cancer. So what does that mean? You got the two malefic planets, Mars and Saturn, coming out to play hard. All right. Now, meaning you're going to be very serious, okay? You're going to really, really think about this structure for the long term. Think about your commitments. Now, 3, Neptune. Yeah, Neptune's going direct after being retrograde since July 4th. All your spiritual downloads, Saturn's going to test it. It's going to put it to the test, okay? Saturn is reality checks. And so this is work and your daily routines and your lifestyle and self-improvement. Pets is part of the 6th house. Okay. Now, Saturn, yeah, he's going to make you work, but just for fun, I'm going to throw in number 4. All right. I'm going to give you a number 4. Remember that time I said Capricorn energy is austere, a little bit stern? Yep. We got a stellium in Capricorn too. All right. Mars, Venus, Mercury, and the sun. Yeah. Your ruler, Venus. Yep. We'll talk about it. So you got 4 planets in a sign that's all about rolling up your sleeves. Yeah. Hard to the point you're ready to tank top. But here's the thing, you know about Saturn, okay? You play by his rules. You do the work required. You pass his test. December is going to be a month of tests. Yeah. And so yeah, it can feel like the SATs, but listen, you took his classes for the past 2 years. You took his classes. Through life experiences. You're prepared for this moment. Remember, it's a final check-in. It's a final test, okay? You're going to ace it. Remember, I think that you know by now that Saturn happens to be, speaking of exaltations, exalted in your sign. Yeah? Okay? You're familiar with Saturn. Anyway, the other reason why is because Capricorn is a mountain goat. They're not known for their descent. Okay, so you're going to make it to the top. You're going to pass this test in your jean shorts. Now, here's the other thing is like good news is Sagittarius energy is very lighthearted. It brings in the optimism. It helps soften Saturn's edges. Now, if you're watching this today, I'm going to try to get this up to you very soon, which means I'm a little late, but I did see my family over Thanksgiving. I drove 8 hours from Virginia. I got home late last night. I had to do a video for Virgo. I'm tired, but I really want to get this in to you by 1 p.m. All right, so that's why Thursday, December 4th, we're still going to talk about the full moon in Gemini, 13 degrees, because it's Friday. The moon is still in Gemini. Sure, it was, perfected last night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but this is a super moon, and this is one of the biggest full moons of the year. All right. And I actually talk more about it in the December Astrology Overview live stream. I'll leave it at the end of this video if you want to take a peek, because there's a lot, okay? But the main thing is, think about what happened for you around the end of May. What seeds did you plant? What intentions did you set? What came into your life around that time? There's probably a contract, or you took a big trip, or maybe there was an important conversation that you had. Maybe you started a business. Maybe you joined some business, or there was a lot that happened, okay? Remember, there were so many aspects around that time. One of the best new moons of the year. Now, something from that new moon is coming to conclusion, a culmination, okay? A turning point. And you're about to have a lot of clarity about what it is, because Mercury is no longer retrograde, and this is a Mercury-ruled full moon, super moon, yeah? But the other thing is you're probably feeling a little bit restless out of all the signs. You and a couple others. And that's because Gemini, yeah, is that energy. Gemini, rules the nervous system. So you can feel a little restless, some things you need. And the other thing is, yeah, you're going to feel very stimulated, mentally stimulated in ways that, ooh, you're going to take, you got an app to take notes. You got a lot going on. Remember, we're in Sagittarius season. Yeah. And that is your third house. That's Gemini's home. Now, the Gemini energy, this full moon in Gemini, that's your ninth house. So what does this mean? There's something here with education. You going back to school? Are you teaching something? You're taking online courses? Possibly. Yeah. The other thing is travel is a big thing for you. You're probably coming back from a trip. You're probably going to be planning a trip. There's something here. The other thing is publishing. You wrote a book. The best time. You're probably going to write a book and get published next year. But this looks really good. It's your ninth house. But that's the thing. The ninth house is Sagittarius this time. So you see this overlap that's happening for you with it too. So those are really big, prominent themes for you. Yeah. Really big, really, family too. Family, siblings, even like your local community. But this one, again, there's something here more about your spirituality. There's something here more about your belief system. All right. That Sagittarius energy. And so it could be something up here that's just coming to a conclusion, a new way of seeing things. Now, the biggest thing about this full moon, Libra, the moon is bending the nodes of fate, 13 degrees exact. Yep. Like a protractor. And sure, we've had the bending of the nodes. Yeah. With Mars, with even your ruler Venus the past few months. But this is the moon on the lunar nodes of fate. So a couple things here. Expect change. Yep. Really, really strong mutable energy. And like I said, it's Mercury ruled. You could be, and you got all this third house activity. So you could be getting messages around this time. You could, it's something fated and destined. Yeah. You could be announcing something yourself or thinking about something like, I'm going to end this. Okay. The other thing is like, you could be thinking completely different. Your worldview is changing. It's happening right now as I speak. Okay. Gemini energy is very social and networking. And again, you're going to be all month very social. Okay. And you got family stuff all month. Okay. The other thing is, one thing I want to point out, there may be something here with money. No, conversations or your thoughts about money, salary, finances. Y'all want to, you're going to change things up with work or your profession. If you want. But Gemini energy is very gossipy. It's very rumors. It's very, even with Mercury being in Scorpio still, right? Gemini's ruler. Mercury ruled full moon. The depositor here. Anyway, secrets, all right? You may hear some things. You may say some things. But even a writing project, I see that's happening for you. I think I mentioned that. You're writing something. Maybe a blog, starting a blog or something, okay? But just expect it to have major impact because what's happening here? You got the full moon in Gemini. You have the sun in Sagittarius, okay? Therefore, the sun is squaring the nodes too, okay? You got the sun and moon squaring the nodes. North node in Pisces, south node in Virgo. It hits all four mutable signs. You got a mutable cross. You got a grand cross here. You're going to feel this. Mutable energy, just be prepared to be flexible or be willing to adapt. Yeah, remember that Sagittarius energy with the sun there, it's still broadening your horizons. And by the way, Juno is in Sagittarius too. So that's really great. It does look like there's something here with the courts. That's a big thing, okay, with this energy. Some of y'all go, maybe there's like the ending of a second marriage or beginning of a second marriage. It looks like there may be some marriage. There may be some, when I say the courts, legal matters. There may be something with legal matters too, okay? Around this time, and remember, you're going to feel the energy of this full moon for about a week, 2 weeks from now, all right? It's strong. It's really strong, okay? Yeah. Paperwork. There's paperwork involved. Now, whatever you learn around this time, by the way, because Saturn's still present. Sure. Think about it. Okay. It's all about life lessons. All about the big picture. Now, cross watchers, if you watch for your rising or your moon or for the bus driver, for your school, or your husband or sister, it doesn't matter. Mutable signs obviously will feel this the most, okay? Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. If you know your natal chart, your birth chart, if you have any planets 12 to 14 degrees in any of those signs, well, those planets are going to be aspected. You're going to feel it the most. Now, Saturday, December 6th, yeah, you got Mercury trine Jupiter. But Sunday, December 7th, not on the whiteboard, you got Mercury trine Saturn. That's a package deal this weekend. Have fun. You got another grand water trine. We've had so many. They're so emotionally moving. But Mercury's still in Scorpio. Yeah. He's so emo. Yeah. Right? In Scorpio. And remember, it brings that intensity. So you got your 2nd, your 6th, your 10th, all activated. Again, a lot of movement with work, career, profession, your reputation, all of that, even health, self-worth, self-value, things that you value, material possessions. There's things you want, okay? It is going to be a great weekend. And actually what amplifies that is the fact that all weekend the moon will be in Cancer, and the moon rules Cancer. And remember, Jupiter's exalted in Cancer, and the moon is going to conjunct Jupiter in Cancer. So, whoa, this is huge. Really, it's all two things here. A, work. There's gonna be some. It's like you're gonna care about your work. You're gonna love the work that you do, or what you want to do. Or there's gonna be movement. Jupiter in Cancer is your 10th. Remember that, yeah. And then you've got Jupiter as part of this grand water trine. So there may be some conversations, some movement, but also home. There's this feeling of this nurturing side, your maternal, your paternal side coming out, heightened emotions and intuition, a lot of focus on home and family, significant other. So it's very optimistic, okay? Actually, think about what happened for you October 24th to the 26th, yeah? Give it a think. Give it a think. Mercury, same degree as he was back then. Same grand water trine. Okay? Except this time Saturn is direct. Yeah? So he is still making you work, but this is really wonderful. Water signs obviously will feel this the most. You got planets in any of the water signs. Yeah? 24 to 26 degrees. That would be Cancer. It'd be Scorpio. It'd be Pisces. The most lucky you, right? Now, Monday, December 8th. Here we go. Yeah, you got Mars and Sagittarius squaring Saturn and Pisces. So, here's the thing. You're going to have to be mindful about the conversations that you have. Okay? You got the two malefic planets again, Mars and Saturn, in a showdown. Yeah? They're about to West Side Story. And you're going to feel this days before, days after, especially after. Now, what does this mean? Many things. A, the biggest, you're going to be tested, okay? And it's more mutable energy. Be willing to be flexible and adapt, right? Your sense of freedom is likely going to be tested. There's something here with the courts. Again, there's something here with contracts, agreements, family. There's something here with travel. There's something here with communication. That's the biggest thing. Okay. It could even be like, I don't know, if you started a website, right? The third house is, all things online, right? Or social media. Be mindful about what you put out there. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Mercury is still in Scorpio. And it's a square, but here's the thing. The other thing, by the way, it's colleagues and employees. Okay. There may be something, they're contractors as well. There may be something with health and health matters. So bear that in mind as well. Okay. Now, what I was going to say is these two planets have been dancing together and they're nearing the end of their life cycle. And so if you can, and if you want to, think all the way back to August 10th, 2023. When Mars conjuncted Saturn in Pisces, what happened around that time? Yeah, that's been a 2-year story playing out for you, and you're at the home stretch. But hey, that was something with health matters. That was something with work, maybe even some, a boss, colleagues, and it was just it set the tone, and it brought attention to your everyday routines, but also work. Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Remember, they still went through the process. They trained, they sextiled, etc. But Saturn will test you now, okay? And, Mars, he doesn't like being tested. He's going to be tested by Saturn. So something here, again, just be mindful mostly about conversations that you have. Yeah. But there is a little bit of health matters too. There could be a little bit of squeeze, stretch. Okay. That's the biggest thing. You got Saturn and Saturn's old bones, right? So it could be something with just stretch. You want to stretch and you want to, do some yoga. You're going to be fine. Now, the other thing is, or do some gardening. Mars is physicality. You want to exert this energy, channel this energy positively. Yeah. Paint really fast. Anyway, the other thing is, not on the whiteboard, Venus is going to conjunct the fixed star and Taurus, 10 degrees. Now, we normally talk about the fixed stars, asteroids, planetoids, and the second spread. I got something else planned for tier 3 members, but here's the thing. I got to tell you this, okay? If you can remember back to March, you love how we keep reminiscing about the past. If you're new to my channel, I do like prediction, live streams, channeling, whatever, all of that, right? And so there was that one session, I'll leave it at the end of this video, where there's a bunch of predictions that, came true, but 525 BC came up. Y'all saw that video, okay? That was the year that Venus and Taurus had an occultation, meaning Venus passed behind the fixed star, obscured from view. That is so rare. It only happens once every thousands of years, okay? And Venus is your ruler, and I'm going to talk a lot more about this on Great Awakener, just so you know, but they meet again. Yeah, Venus, love, money, relationships, creativity, and Sagittarius, which is all about honesty and truth and your values. Well, she's blending her energies with a royal star, fixed star, and Taurus, who's all about honors, passion, power, but to a detriment, to an obsession that can be consuming and extreme and, desiring conflict for your pleasures. So just be mindful this day. It's happening the same day that Mars is squaring Saturn. Yeah? So just keep that in mind. It's in your third house. So again, there just may be something here with communication, okay? In any type of communication, but family stuff as well. It will trine the moon in Leo. I like that. But with that said, it is great romantic, creative energy. And Leo is highly associated with like royalty, right? And it is your 11th house of your future hopes and wishes and long-term goals and dreams. And so there's almost like you like, oh, I'm going to get this no matter what. But also there may be something here with a friendship or a group or organization that you belong to. FYI, mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. Feel this day the most. Now, what else is happening here that you should know? We'll skip that, okay? Well, when we break it down week by week, I'm going to bring up some other aspects. Neptune will go direct on Wednesday, December 10th, FYI, okay? 29 degrees. You know that's a critical degree. That's anaretic degree. And Neptune no longer retrograde means you're no longer sleepwalking, or you have that fog or delusion, or there's sabotage or subterfuge. Yeah, I use that word. Okay. And that is what's happening here with Neptune and Pisces. Okay. So now you know your ideals. Now you know the fog is lifted, and that's for everybody. This is again work. You were confused about work for some time. Your daily activities. Like, do I want a 9 to 5? Do I want to do this, or do I want to work from home? Do I want to do this? Things that are related to work. Yeah. And then your health as well. There could be now you're getting like, oh, now I get the results, or now I see what, this was. So there is a little bit of a wake up call on this day, because Mercury will be opposite Uranus. We'll talk about it later. Thursday, December 11th, Mercury enters Sagittarius. We know that Mercury doesn't do well in Sagittarius. Very lights on, nobody home. But hey, you got Venus, Mars, the Sun, and Juno crammed into Sagittarius now in your third house. So just be mindful. This is Neptune like moving direct. Remember, when planets station, you really feel it. So there really could be something that you're really confused about around this time, but the other planets will help. All right. So, and by the way, the moon is in your sign. The moon is going to be in your sign later today, Thursday, December 11th, until the weekend, until Sunday. So that's really great. Okay, so you're going to feel that. You're going to have a lot of focus on agreements and contracts. And again, the courts and legal matters. There's something here, and maybe even marriage or business partners. All right, but use this. This is really nice. Okay, be in your element. You're going to feel it. It feels really good. All right. Now, Sunday, December 14th, Mars officially moves into Capricorn. So, yeah, he's the CEO of the zodiac when he's in Capricorn. That's like his, penthouse office suite. Anyway, it's been 2 years since we've had Mars in Capricorn. Now, here's the thing. Remember, I already said you have a lot of family stuff happening, right? You really do now. You really do know. Home and family. Capricorn is your fourth house, okay? Your roots, all right? Even your personal life here. So Mars is all about drive and ambition and determination. You want things, okay? You're going to want things. You're going to be putting the pedal to the metal. Mars is in his happy place here. And the great thing here is that it's bringing in all this grounded energy. Yeah. It's nice because we've had so much fire and air and intense fire and air. And yeah, but you thrived with that too. But still, this is really great because you're required to get realistic about your goals. And I'm not saying that you haven't been. I'm saying this is Saturn, reality checks, right? He's still in the mix, right? So Mars is really giving you that drive and determination. Things in the home space. Now, my breakfast. I didn't want to swallow, when you hear it. Okay. Friday, December 19th. There you go. You got the new moon in Sagittarius, 28 degrees. This is amazing. All right. You're definitely wanting a little bit more freedom. And that's why some of y'all are going to be signing things or agreeing to something new. And please do. Yeah. It's just all in the name of becoming wiser. Yeah. And expanding your world. Now, this is in your third house. So again, third house, you're signing something. A lot of signs are signing something this month, but this is a new moon in your third house of signing things. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you also take a trip or if there's something here that you launch, maybe a business, maybe an online platform. There's something online. Maybe you're selling goods. Yeah, maybe you're selling something, services. It's nice. It's great. The thing is, yeah, there's always a thing. Saturn. There's going to be Saturn with several squares surrounding this new moon. All right. So just be mindful. Remember, he's testing you all over the place, and it will be mostly work related. Maybe again, even health, but just be very mindful of this and always, take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, socially, all of it. Yeah. This is your 6 where Saturn is. Venus will also square Saturn too. You've got the Sun square Saturn. You have the, Sun square Neptune as well. So even your commitments may be tested. All right. Just FYI. And again, a lot of this is going to be in the home space. Yeah. Parents, children, significant other, all of that. Yeah. Maybe even, are y'all, let me see. Yeah. Some of y'all actually may move, by the way. Actually, like today. Are y'all moving today? Or did you move recently? I wouldn't be surprised. It could have been international or taking a trip. Yeah, okay. Anyway, here's the thing. Just be mindful. This is a great new moon for you. There may be someone in the mix, maybe a parent, maybe a boss that's, giving you that test. Yeah. And embracing those Saturnian energies. But at the same time, it is Saturn. You've got to learn something. It's life lessons. The Sagittarius, by the way, this new moon Sagittarius is the archer. Okay. So set intentions, plant them seeds. Don't let Saturn get in the way. You only get one shot. You get one shot. Okay. And you're not going to get a new moon in Sagittarius until next year. Right. So this is a great one where you can launch something really. You're out of the Mercury retrograde. It's really, really, really nice. Okay. Now, and then Juno is still supporting you here, conjuncting the new moon. I love that. Remember, Juno is your asteroid. Juno is Jupiter's wife. Hera in Greek. She rules and she brings truth and equality and justice to partnerships and love and marriage and contracts and agreements. So very supportive. And then December 21st, we do move into Capricorn season. Winter solstice, happy winter, happy summer in the Southern Hemisphere. But wow, this is where there's so much focus and energy around home and family. Now, Wednesday, December 24th, and that's for the next 4 weeks. Now Venus moves into Capricorn. So now you see you got Mars and Venus too. So there is something to be said about partners, significant others. There's something here with money as well. Money, that's something with the home sector. All right. But again, it's you just being very focused, having high standards. That's Venus and Capricorn, by the way. Yeah. There's so much devotion with Venus and Capricorn. Remember, Capricorn is all about the long term. So commitments here, very pragmatic energy. And then December 30th, you've got Mars and Capricorn with the nodes of fate. This is really great. Remember, he's in his happy place. And this is a great nodal axis. There's a shift here, a fated turn of events right before the year ends. Can you believe that? Okay. So Mars exalted in Capricorn is going to trine the North Node in Pisces, sextile South Node in Virgo. So there's something here that you're just going to feel a shift, especially in the home sector. Yeah. Possibly something here with health, just an FYI. So bear that in mind. Okay. There may be something revealing. All right. But it could even be the health of your home and the health of a relationship at home. Anyway, we actually do have a mini grand trine this day too. It's nice because it's a grand earth trine. When's the last time you saw that? No, it's been a while, right? So really, really great grounding energy. And then it really is something with money and relationships that's going to be your biggest thing by the time we get to the end of the year, and you may have some activity there. Now, let's get started. Libra, see what is going on for you for December 2025. Whoa, what just happened here? What happened? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me do that again. Well, look at that. Okay. Hey, if that pops out again, then we know it's a sign. We know it's a sign. This is just me not knowing how to shovel. Libra, listen. How are y'all doing? Libra Nation. This is your month. I do a traditional call to cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a monthly forecast. I need a new line. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will. Anyway, I love y'all. All right, so let's get started. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. I'll give you the world tour. Anyway, you're good. You're good. AF. There we go. Wow. I can't even. You're making this very easy for me, but you see how significant this month is for you? That's insane. You got all major arcana court cards, but look at this. You got the lovers. There you go. Partnerships, relationships, commitments. You got choices. You got options. But it's kind of like that's where you're at. You're still deepening relationships. Don't forget, you've got Uranus and Taurus, right? Until April, and that's your 8th house. And that's taking relationships to another level. It's really being serious about relationships and wealth and building wealth. But wow, that's amazing. Okay, so think about your connections with other people. And like I said, some of y'all getting married. Again, it looks very likely for like a second marriage. Some of y'all may make something official. And it doesn't have to be love. It can be business. You got so much work stuff, so much career stuff that there's something here. But again, you're seeking, you're expanding, you're getting opportunities. There's things coming into your life. You got to be open for them. Yeah. That's amazing. All right. That's amazing. That's super conscious love, judgment. Look at what happens when you have, especially when you have that self-love, when you accept, right? Wow. There's your spiritual awakening, breakthrough, that wake-up call. It's, remember how I said you're in Sagittarius season. Sagittarius season is all about meaning, wanting to bring more meaning into your life, seeking things beyond what's in your world already, right? Life purpose. It's all of that. And wow, you're going to have that moment this month. Okay? You're going to want things. You want to change things. And it's almost like before you even get to the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, you're aware of that. You're aware of, yeah, I want really, really big changes in the next few months. And that's what makes all the difference. Okay? So really connect. And I think that you will. Looking at what's happening for y'all, remember, all the things that are happening with the North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo, the North Node in Pisces, there with Saturn and Neptune in your 6th. Well, the South Node in Virgos are 12th. All right. So that would be releasing, patterns and habits and even like old ways of thinking. And yeah, amazing. Look, you got 3 of Pentacles in your challenge area. There may be something like, it does look like there is, how do I say this? Activity. There's with working with others as well as wanting to build something long lasting. And it could be something new. It could be work, joining a new team, starting your own business. It could be anything work related. Yep. A new chapter. But it can also be something with home and family. Remember, I said there's money stuff tied to home and family. Okay. Just be mindful that there's something here saying, let's really evaluate this. Okay? Really evaluate it. It seems like a lot of you are coming out of a place where you want a little bit more independence. You want to do something on your own rather than it's like, hey, I worked at this company for so long. Now I had that wake up call. I have all the experience to start my own company, right? So something there. But it does look like there needs to be a little bit of seeing eye to eye. There may be something that hasn't had structure that you've been trying to get off the ground. You got to have your wake up call, right? You got to see things from different ways. So that's Sagittarius energy too. Because, I mean, listen, you got the Fool in your crown. Take those risks. It looks like you will this month. It looks like you're going to have 2 things. Or A, you're going to have opportunities and be like, yeah, I'm going to take it. And then B, it's got to be a little bit of something not working in the way that you want or hasn't been. And it's like, I got to do it. I got to just end this. Yeah. Saturn's testing me. But it's my choice at the end of the day. And so even if you do something new, Saturn's still going to test you there too. So it doesn't even matter. It says whatever you choose, you just got to have that belief in yourself, right? Trust in yourself. You got the sun here and here. Okay. The sun appears in only a few cards outside of the actual sun card. Yeah. It's optimism. It's opportunities. Queen of Wands and the Reader spread. Yeah, you're driven. You're driven. You want things. But remember, I said you're going to be social all month, networking. You'll be having conversations. Yeah. People are just going to come to you. That's what you want. And you're going to feel that. And that's exactly, listen, you're a cardinal sign. There's so much cardinal energy. We're leaving mutable energy, moving into cardinal energy. You're going to be a little bit more in your element right there. Queen of Wands, who, by the way, is Aries, by the way, another cardinal sign. But anyway, that drive, that ambition, but there is still this sense of independence here, and just recognizing that your sense of freedom, right? How much do you require in group capacities, in relationships, High Priestess in your future, whatever happens here, this spiritual awakening? Oh, you woke. You're woken up in a really great way. where you are in touch with your intuition, even those things that you can't put a finger on, right? There's so much mystery with the high priestess. You still know. You still have that sense of knowing, and that's what you need, right? Because everybody has intuition. It's a matter of connecting with it that makes all the difference. But she is saying it's okay to go deep in the subconscious, right? I'm protecting you. Now, let's get to your stuff. You're good, Libra. You're good. Libra, if you like this reading, be great if you like, subscribe. Leave comments. Tell me what's going on. Tell me, Libra Nation, you got a lot happening for you. But it's all great. It's all good. It's stuff that you want. And you know, love y'all. Libra, y'all are amazing. All right, let's see. Yeah. Oh, we go. Yeah. Okay. But you want to talk? You got the Empress. You need to treat yourself kindly. You need to love yourself. You need to bring this luxury, abundance, this just feeling that sensuality for your passions and your relationships and all of that. Bring it into your life, okay? I think that there's that may be something that in December, because it is Saturn's month, and you do have Venus square Saturn, right? And actually, you will have on December 10th, on that hard day, right, with Mars square Saturn, it's a little challenging. You will have the South Node conjunct Virgo. It's going to square Venus in Sagittarius. So it is, there's something here. There's something here that could be a little, self-sabotagey. Because remember, South Node in Virgo is your 12th, yeah? So it's a subconscious, it's intuition, it's healing. You see it playing out here. It's also, like the lower expressions would be isolation, it would be withdrawal, but it would also be self-sabotage, yeah? Not facing your fears. But anyway, bring all that passion, yeah? Living life through passions, your passions, into this month. You got the Seven of Cups, okay? So yeah, there's going to be some opportunities, and you may be still having some of that Neptune fog. There may be something here where the decisions that you make, it really is, do you know what you want, right? That's really what it is, but it feels like it's based on your self-worth and your self-value. So that's something to consider, okay, as you move through this month. There may be even someone, part of your life. It's you're in it together, and you're. It's hard for you to make those decisions together because they're maybe not seeing eye to eye, or you're not aligning in the right way. That's why I said earlier, like your sense of freedom or your choices, your decisions. You do you, yeah. But you are Libra, so you are going to compromise either way. But the Seven of Cups has a little bit of that fog, right? A little smoke and mirrors. So be honest with yourself, and don't let anyone, when you have that wake up call, you got that intuition you're in touch with. If there's someone that needs your help too, in terms of making a decision, choosing something, moving down a certain path, it could be someone that you're on the journey with, or someone guiding you, or a boss, or whoever it is. You do you, and you trust your intuition, okay? You have that power. But there may be a little bit of, someone can't decide something, okay? And that with the 5 of Wands. And so it seems like you just wanted, there's been some challenges. There's been a little stuck energy. And one of your tests this month will be, how can we get along? How can we work together as a group? You see that happening here, right? Multiple people. And then lastly, you have the 7 of Swords. In your final outcome, are you being honest with yourself? That's that Sagittarius energy. And it is in your 3rd house, up here, of the mind. Your 12th house is activated too. So being honest with yourself, really being able to see through that fog. But are you wearing like the fog glasses, right? Because some things are just foggy. Yeah, there is just weird. You may see that, okay? But then is it you? You have to ask yourself that with that 7 of Swords. Especially with relationships. That can be work and career. The other thing is, it's almost like you're being required to have this wake up call, the spiritual, even like a spiritual reckoning. Because look at this. You got that 7 of Cups, 5 of Wands, the 7 of Swords. 7 really is all about desire, by the way. But is there someone in your world that's being a little... I did say the word subterfuge, did I not? Okay? This card is associated with also like lying, cheating, stealing, dishonesty, deception, etc. And so that's why this is happening. Because if this is happening in your world this month in December, you got to be prepared for it. You can't just let it continue to happen. That would be bypassing. Yeah. And so ultimately, that is being honest with yourself, right? So let's see what's going on week by week. Let's you do have a really, really powerful month. It's all about really connecting with your spiritual side. Okay? With your soul. I'm going to clarify that 7 of Swords first. Oh, yeah. There you go. Something's got to go. Something's got to go. You got the Tower. You got the Tower. Anyway, yeah. And it may be a relationship, FYI. And it just may also be that it's you. It's you. You're like, you know what? Not going to let someone do this to me anymore. Done. Okay? Even see how many people falling out of the Tower? Yeah. So it may be relationship. Remember, Mars, this card is attributed to Mars. Mars is moving into Capricorn. So that would be something within the home space. But again, you have so much work stuff too. I don't want to discount that with Saturn being in Pisces. And then remember, Mars is still in Sagittarius the first half in your 3rd house. But it does look like a lot of family, home stuff. I wouldn't discount like work. Anyway, let's break it down week by week. But you see how that clears the decks. That's you, the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's you having your big moment, right? Reconnecting or connecting with your higher self, higher mind, all of that. First week, that full moon in Gemini that happened yesterday. Okay. Oh gosh, we got to really go. That's pretty much the main thing. Okay. Oh yeah, there you go. 5 of Cups. Yeah. There's got to be something, like I said, be prepared to, be flexible and adjust to changes. It's strong, mutable energy. Yeah. You just got the 5 of Cups. And listen, there may be just something here that, part of the past or happening now where it's like something ended, okay? But you can't hold on to the past anymore. You got to keep moving forward. You even see the 2 cups right behind him. That's hope. That's promise, okay? It's you that's we got to do that healing, but you're gonna. All right. Now, second week. Let me see. Where are we? Second week. Oh, yeah. That's when you got Mars square Saturn, Venus, and then Taurus. Oh, I was going to tell you Mercury is opposite Uranus on the day that Neptune does go direct. That's a little that would explain all this. Yeah. Because Neptune going direct, we talked about it. And then just literally the day after, Mercury moves into Sagittarius, where it's just like, doesn't do well, and it is your 3rd house of the mind. He's weak there. Yeah. And then you have Mercury opposite Uranus, and Mercury's still in Scorpio at this time. Something with finances and money, to be honest. Okay. And relationships where, yeah, surprising news. You could announce something that has some, weight to it, some gravitas, but there is something surprising, unexpected, Tower-y. Yeah. And just, again, be mindful. There's relationships here or money. Oh, that's the second week. Okay. What'd you get? Oh, you got the Knight of Wands. Yeah. That's you picking yourself up. Say, nope, you ain't going to get me. Good for you, Libra. This is someone who's just so on a mission. Yeah. He really wants to change his world and continue to go after the things that he's passionate about. He's on a huge journey, and he is Sagittarius, by the way, the Knight of Wands. Okay? So very, very, very nice. All right? Because Knights are mutable, and Wands are fire, right? Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. Anyway, then the third week, Mars moves into Capricorn. That's a big deal. And then you got that new moon. And then we move into Capricorn season. I mean, there's a lot happening that's hitting your third and your fourth. So again, a lot of family stuff, but a lot of just something new, some new things happening in your life. Third week, Libra. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. You're like, what Saturn squares? Amazing. Okay. What did I say earlier about the sun poking out, right? And then you actually get the sun card. Who are you? It's the biggest yes in tarot. There's something that you're achieving around that time. It feels like, honestly, when you get that, there is a sense of this rebirth, right? And then you have the sun. It is card 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. It's a 1, right? So there is a sense of this renewal. It is the sun. You see the wisdom child here. What I say about freedom, he's free. He's can express himself. Yeah. It looks really good. Now, where are we? The last week. Yeah, that's Venus moving into Capricorn. You got a lot of squares. And then you do have Mars with the nodes of fate. You also have the moon conjunct Uranus on New Year's Eve. All right. So again, it just seems like there's something here about, it's almost like your big transformation. Uranus is going to be active, right? In Taurus, that is your 8th house. It's deep. The 8th house is deep. It's Scorpio's home. And so that is wealth building. You're going to be thinking about your future, your commitments, as well as investments, even inheritance. It's all part of the 8th house. And so there may be some moments throughout the month, but it's still there for, 6 months, 5 months. Yeah. All right. So keep that in mind. And, the moon is exalted in Taurus, like I said, but these energies, it just feels like there's a lot of focus on commitments for you this month. Let's see the last week. You're good. You passed Saturn's test. You passed Saturn's test. You got the Sun and the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, you know that. Speaking of renewal, oh my gosh, that's refreshing. That's tears of joy. You're good. Something new happening in your world, right? Within you too, but there's something so emotionally moving with that Ace of Cups. The Ace offers this new beginning, this new opportunity, this new chapter, this new journey. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And this can be a new relationship. This can be something like having a baby, getting your dream job, whatever it is. It's like that tears of joy moment carrying you through January. How amazing is this? You're good. I love this. What an emotionally moving month and spiritually moving month for you. Libra, thanks so much. Next week. Oh, and that's the thing. Not going to be here next week because I have to do your 2026 forecasts, and then I have to do your January forecast because by that time I got to do your January forecast. I got a lot to do. 2026 is a big year. And so I'm going to do a check-in though. You'll see. I'll leave you a message on the community post. I will be here next week. Just watch. All right. And then tier 3 members, you know where to find the link for the bonus spread. We'll look at love, money, things like that. Okay. Everything. Oh yeah. And then I got the Visconti out. I'm doing something. I told you I'm doing something special. One of the original decks from the 14th century. You can't even shuffle these. Look how big that. We're going to do the pick a card. I'm going to spread it out and pick a card. Anyway, really good legendary members. Anyone's welcome to join. All right. We'll do it. All right. Thanks so much, Libra. I will see you next soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.